Man, oh man. Man, oh man. It has been, it has been. So, welcome everybody. I'm Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, still out here in Vegas. I was supposed to, well, no, I wasn't supposed to fly out. I meant to fly out last night and be home and asleep in my own bed right about now. But I just had to check out of my hotel room, with which thankfully I kept for an extra day. Um, but there's no backup now, so let's hope everything is good. Shout out to my boy Nick. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. So welcome back. Hope you had a great trip. Until I realized I was stuck here. But again, I had things into place so that it definitely could have been worse. It definitely could have been worse. And like, as much as I want to be home, as much as I want to be in my bed, as much as I miss Morty, as much as I want to like just be done with the travel aspect of all of this, it could have been way worse. And I mean, we still know. I mean, anything can happen. But yeah, I just I don't the biggest thing is I don't understand why they would use the same flight numbers. It's a four-digit code. Why are you using the same flight number for two different on two different days? And yeah, so Nick said could be worse than Vegas, right? Absolutely. But the problem was that I had taken a bunch of edibles and stuff because I intended on being on the plane. Now, on top of that, I only had enough Klonopin for until this morning, and so the plan was to wake up, take my last one, and go to the pharmacy. But I've had to stretch it, and it's not been fun. And so last night I wasn't really, like I was already stressed out because of everything and like worried about everything. And then I knew that I would have to stretch out my last few anxiety meds. So I wasn't in both because of the edibles and because of my mindset. I was not in the position to go out and about. So I really I just sat around. I just watched The Office. I was just like, all right, let's just oh, gotta get my charger. So we got full charge. So I'm not bringing out my computer again. Oh, gotta make sure we got full charge. Um, yeah. So when I was on my way out here, they sent me an email. They sent me an email 24 hours early, being like, "Oh, you can check into your flight early. You just, click this thing here and let us know you're coming and da da da." And I thought that was a little odd. Again, obviously, I don't fly that much. I thought it was a little odd because I was like, I thought checking in means that you're like checked in, like you're there. But I guess they just use it as a like, hey, you're still coming, right? Because you know how they always overbook these flights. Um, and so I obviously didn't get that email on the way back. But because I bought a round trip ticket, I was like, okay, maybe it's just the same, maybe it's the same boarding pass, it's the same whatever you call it, the same what am I trying to say? The barcode that they don't use the paper ones anymore. I mean, you can, but they don't really use it like that. And so I just figured, oh, maybe it's the same one. They're not going to send me the same email. They gave me the rundown on the first trip, and it's just the same thing in reverse, right? So I go to look up the flight number, and there happened to be a flight last night that was at 10:01. I guess in my mind, I just thought I either thought that I read it wrong, or that maybe there was a delay, or that should have been the biggest red flag. And at least if I had called, like I could have called somebody and been like, "Hey, just making sure this is the flight I'm on, right?" And they'd be like, "Nope." But so like the night before I was out, that's when I went to the strip club and everything. So I definitely needed time to relax from that. And so I didn't get to do much. I didn't get to do much the night before, and then I wake up. I'm chilling, just in the room recovering, assuming that I'm gonna be out on the flight. And so I get everything packed up. Everything's good to go. Got my Uber to the airport. I've got everything from the edibles to my kratom to my to the clothes that I'm wearing, to making sure that when I'm outside I can be in a t-shirt, but I have 2 layers of sweaters and long sleeve shirts for when I'm inside or on the plane and stuff. All that stuff, just it was so perfectly set up. And if you guys know me at all, like the notion of yeah, that's pretty much what was happening. For those of you who know me, like again, things could have been way worse if I didn't already plan to get the hotel room for an extra day. I mean, it's Vegas. I would have been able to get a hotel room somewhere, but I still would have had to do that on the fly. Um, the that was a big reason because like I called my dad in a freak out. I was like, Dad, I don't know what's happening. Like I walk into the airport and again, you don't have to if you don't have luggage, like any pro knows that you fly carry on only if you can. Which you really, I mean, even I was here for what I planned to be here for 4 days, and I only went through half of my clothes. So if you do laundry, there was really no reason to ever, pack a suitcase unless you're bringing a lot of stuff. But anyway, at least as a man. So I go up to the counter to just, do the check-in thing, and you can do it by boarding pass or last name. And I, taken a bunch of videos and pictures and stuff. So I had the original barcode for the boarding pass on my in my I took a screenshot of it so that I had it right there when I was going into the airport, which I did the same with today's flight. When they, as soon as I got back to the hotel, they're like, "Hey, you ready to check in for your flight tomorrow?" um what was it? I don't even remember what I was about to say with that. The oh yeah, had thank you. Yeah. I had the I always like the whole, just because of the way, like here they have a super late checkout. Like 4 p.m. is super late. Typically a late checkout is like noon. So yeah, I always plan an extra night just because I'm not trying to be like whisking out in the middle of the night or be doing something and then have to get up early the next day. I need that little buffer. But again, an example of me needing things to be, not needing them, but preferring for them to be very specific and very the way that I want them. And so the way I had things set up was, I had just enough kratom, I had just enough Klonopin. I had actually enough weed here. Another stroke of luck was that I bought, even though I had finished the edibles before I went to the airport. Obviously, you can't bring on flour, or I mean, you can't bring anything on. Oh, I still have it right here. But I bought some infused pre rolls, and I just left them for the hotel staff. So I was like, I can't bring this anywhere. So I was like, I may as well just leave it there. And if it was not for that, I don't know if I would have made it through the last, what, 12, 15 hours. That's been a godsend. But and so I still have half a joint left because again, I'm out of Klonopin. And so, oh, that's what I was saying. So the plan was to take the edibles, get on the plane, get home, get my car, go go to the pharmacy, pick up Morty, and then be back home and be in bed. Maybe me like 7, 8, 9, 10-ish o'clock. Been up all night. So I just put my eye mask on. I have one of those syringes of super edibles. I don't know. So I'm just gonna chunk that shit. And then it would have been done. It would have been over. And then I would have had slept all through the night, all through tonight, and then tomorrow get up midday, be perfectly fresh and ready to come share everything with you guys for my Monday show. And so that's not happening. That's not happening. Thinking about it, I really like, if it was a job where I had to go and clock in, I would be able to make an 8 p.m. shift for tomorrow. Because like, I mean, I'd still try to call out, but let's say I couldn't. Like, I could physically do it, but I just need to not worry about it. I've been so stressed about all this. I've been stretching out my Klonopin. So letting you know right now that I am not going to. I may jump on Monday once I wake up. What tomorrow? I don't even. Well, I'm just saying days. I don't know what day it is. But I might hop on stream sometime Monday after evening night. But I'm not going to be doing the full show. What I will do is I'll do a full show on Tuesday. If by some chance I do get up in time and feel good enough to do a show, then we'll do the show like normal again, and you guys will know. But as of now, the plan is get home, just go to sleep, and worry about everything else tomorrow. Right now, I'm just laser focused on not freaking out, not mentally preparing myself. If there's anything else I have to deal with, I ugh. So yeah, now the plan is to smoke I have half a joint left, smoke that right outside here on my way to the airport, which the flight is 9:05 local time. So it is 4:37 right now. So I'll stay on with you guys for I'm charging my phone, chilling out. I had to check out of the room, and a lot of the business center rooms are locked. I'm just in this empty conference room. My shit set up, but again, it could be worse. It could be worse. Where are we going? So until then, cancel. Until then, there's been a lot, obviously, that's been going on with Trump and everything. So I haven't been paying attention to much of that, except for what I saw with you guys, some tweets that I saw, some TikToks that I saw, but I haven't done a deep dive into it. So I'm gonna hopefully watch, catch up on that stuff, so that by the time I do come and talk to you, I actually have an idea of what's going on. Shout out to M169. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so very, very much. I hope I do too. I mean, if I could, I wish, just for the sheer sake of your entertainment, if I could have recorded my face the moment when I go to that check-in kiosk and I put in my name and they're like, check-in is, you're too early for check-in. You can only do 24 hours in advance. And I was like, what? And I'm like, no, 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 no. Because again, it's the same flight number. So the 10 p.m. flight last night and the 9:05 p.m. tonight have the same exact flight number. They're both Vegas to JFK. They're both JetBlue, and they both use the same 4-digit code. Why is that a good idea? At least have a week in between. There's so many number combinations you could do with 4 digits. Like I said, no worries, buddy. Just get home and relax. If it works out, and you want to, then do a stream. Otherwise, don't worry about it. I appreciate that. I mean, on the one hand, I obviously, this is my job. I need to make money. I haven't made any money, and I sure as hell spend a lot of money. And obviously, I want to I make a commitment to you guys. Like I said, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as long as I can sit in that chair, I will. But after all this, there's no way I can make that promise. If I go live, it'll be from my room, just very informal, like this. But I mean, other than that, again, whenever that show is, whether it's tomorrow or oh, Zippy, thank you so very, very much. I really, really, really appreciate that. Oh, what a homie. What a homie. Let me update the banner for our boy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so very much. And I'm sure you'll understand where my what am I trying to say? My animation level is not as high as it usually could be. I'm hoping you'll understand. Zippy, what are you on here? You're Zippy the Strange on here, right? Zippy, Jesus Christ, I can't even type. We're going DSM Lee because I'm not looking at it again. We know who you are. We know who you are. Thank you, really. I really do appreciate that, man. Because yeah, just luckily there boom, there we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Yes, I guess the right one. Okay. I saw it, and then in order to change the banner, it covers up the chat. I have to go to different things. So it's like, I know sometimes you use the other one, but thank you, thank you, thank you. So very much appreciated. And yeah, luckily, so obviously, food in a hotel in Las Vegas, it's going to be expensive. It is what it is. But I found this pasta place in the hotel where they give this giant. I should have taken a picture of it. This giant bowl of pasta and a literally this big garlic knot for $15. I was like, damn, that's. I don't. I think I would pay this like just regular $13, and it was good. And it was so it was a you pick penne or spaghetti. They had like marinara, pesto, whatever the different sauces. So I went with some, and then you pick a protein. So I went with some chicken penne pesto cream, and it was fire. And again, just like with the joint and a Truly that I had left in my room for the staff, because again the Truly was unopened. The joint was sealed. I was like, enjoy, guys. I can't use it. Um, it's complicated channel just followed me on Instagram. Let's go. Let's go. Did I post? Oh, I think did I post anything about those girls? No, wouldn't have posted that on Instagram. I got so much stuff to show you guys though. I got so much stuff to show you guys. Any other bitching I need to get out before we get into the fun stuff? I mean, the biggest thing is really honestly the fact that I didn't bring enough kratom. That was a pain in the ass. Like I brought the capsules that I have, and then every time I buy I go from Kratom. You guys should sponsor me. They're cheap, so I always get two. They come in kilo bags of just the powder, and I buy two at a time. And so they send it, and then they send this little gift with it. And so I always save them for situations just like this, where I can't travel with a giant bag of it. And then the capsules are way more expensive. So the capsules are good for when I can't carry around a drink, specifically for traveling. Because as you guys know, I'll put the powder in water, shake it up, good to go. But you can't bring that on a plane. So that's when the pills come in handy. Or like for instance, let's just say I'm going to bed early one day, and I have my kratom drink, and it's not full, but it's not empty. Then I might be like, I could this will last me till morning, and then middle of the night, I finish it up and I'm like, take a couple capsules, and so I had those, and there was two more powder packets that I left at home. I was like, I'm not gonna need this much because I thought it was coming home yesterday. Nick said, did you have a good time with the people from AFL? Hell yes. Shout out to Atheists for Liberty. Got my thing here. Yeah. Well, shout out to Atheists for Liberty. Yes, I am a proud member. Thomas, shout out to Thomas. Shout out to Cherry. Shout out to Roland. Where's Roland at? I met Roland. I didn't even know if I didn't know if he knew me from AFL or if he was just somebody who randomly came in. But yeah, you guys know Roland K, who's in the chat sometimes. He was here. You got his first kiss. You got his first kiss. Sandy's texting me. Holy moly. Hold on. Oh, I got the day wrong. I'm flying out tonight. Tonight. A little eye roll face because I'm stupid. Stupid. Oh, right. So yeah, but I would not have had nearly as much fun without AFL. Everybody. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to Sundar. Sundar is a Hindu guy who was working, I want to say in finance. I don't remember. Not super important, but if you go to the AFL site, they did like a legit press release. But so he's a Hindu guy who was like the manager at wherever he was working, and then there was another Hindu guy who, but again, atheist for liberty. He's irreligious. He just happens to be as like ancestrally, technically part of that class. And the person who was applying for the job was also Hindu, a practicing Hindu, and in a lower caste system. Caste system, if you're not, is like different class systems, but they're much like a socioeconomic class. But the caste system is connected to the religion and a lot of other stuff, and like it's a very big difference. They definitely have you know, a lot more than the type of rich privilege type thing that we would talk about here. And the so the guy didn't get hired, and the guy said that Sundar didn't hire him because of his caste, because of his Hindu caste. This guy didn't get the job. Like he's an atheist, and so yeah, he was doing a lot of media. Um, yeah, exactly. Murphy's law. Murphy's law. And it definitely was a learning experience on how to navigate these festivals, though. It was, I don't know if it was ideal coming for all 4 days. Because again, I'm old. I don't like doing things when I'm home and I have my car and everything is set and I don't have to worry about anything and prices are normal and all that that stuff. Nope, this is the first time seeing it from you, Dietrich. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. We got Buddha. Shout out to Buddha. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, what the hell was I just saying? Oh, so yeah, unlike Dissident Dialogues, where you know there was one stage and then there was one VIP area. So all of the speakers and the VIP people and everybody was in one spot. So because this was a much bigger convention than I don't know that it's in terms of networking and stuff. A media pass doesn't like it gets me access to the area, but if I don't have, you know, like a setup, if I don't have a backdrop and cameras and lights and something to set up, then I can't be like, oh, come do an interview over here. Or if I don't, at the very least, have, you know, like a cameraman and microphones. You know, like I have my live mics, which I could use, but I need somebody to hold the camera. Um, which, you know, not the end of the world, but it's good to realize, okay, there's levels to this shit. And so if it's going to be something where there's one stage and one VIP area, then that's going to be a great networking event. If it's going to be a bigger event, then it's important to make sure you are here with a group, so that so that you're not just, well, at least me, because if I don't have specific plans to do something, then I'm like, I'm just gonna chill. Even in Vegas, it's like, you know, yeah, I'm in Vegas, but I'm already spending a lot of money on everything here, there, and everywhere. I mean, I spent a shit ton at the strip club. And so it's like, do I really want to go and just spend money for the sake of spending money? I don't know. It's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Because like you know, obviously the other side of it is that I'm gonna get home and be like, man, you know, it'd be nice to have a whole goddamn casino downstairs. But I'm right. I'm ready. I'm just ready to be home. I haven't spent 4 days not in my home. And maybe the last, like, when would be the last time? I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you. It might have been, it might have been when I went to Hawaii in 2013, right before Akon died. I don't think I've been away from my home or Morty for that period of time. And I'm over it. I'm over it. As nice as it was to be able to wake up and not immediately have to go outside and to walk Morty, I will take that every single day. I wonder if it was somebody else who was a little bit more outgoing, if they, number one, would have taken this in better stride, and then number two, and be like, hell yeah, extra day in Vegas. I mean, I can't imagine that most people would go about it the way that I did. But I'm not, you know, the party animal that I used to be. I don't have a lot of money to be throwing around. I have enough that because I don't spend money a lot, because I don't do much that often, then you know I can come here and not worry about prices and whatever. But that's a very small window. Like this is one. Shout out to Justin, who is also in Atheist for Liberty. Um, he's great at finding deals and saving money. And he's like, oh, we get free breakfast here and a lunch in there, and we get a free night room stay here. He does all this stuff. But I don't. So like I just don't go I don't go anywhere. I don't do things. So when I'm out, it's like it's fine. It's more expensive than I want it to be, but that's why I'm not coming to Vegas all the time. That's not why I'm traveling and why I'm not traveling all the time. Like it's a very rare thing. And granted, it's not like I was here for fun. Like this is my job. I'm under no illusions that it was like, oh, this is a working trip. Like, yes, I came for the festival, or for the convention, which is a personal enjoyment, but it was in the capacity as how can I grow this channel, and I think I did that decently well. But again, because it was unlike Dissident Dialogues, I didn't. The only person I got a chance to sit down and actually talk to was Luke Rukowski, and I don't know if he was in a bad mood. I don't know if he's a dick. I don't know if he was mad that I was talking to the girl that he was trying to talk to. She was engaged. Don't worry about it. I don't know what it was, but I originally met him that day. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday during the day when I sent the picture, and we were down in the convention hall. And then later there was a wrap up party, a little banquet thing for the end of Freedom Fest. Or no, that was last night. That's what I missed last night, which I would have gone to if I wasn't stoned out of my mind on edibles. I don't know. It was just some party. It was just some party after the convention, and so there's people there. He was there, and I was there with a bunch of the Atheists for Liberty people, and we're all sitting, and I'd spoken to him before, and I saw that he was like kind of not really engaging. So I got a picture. And I was like, all right, man. I asked him about the Bitcoin thing when I originally met him. I was like, hey, big fan. Shook his hand, and I was like, I asked some like little question like, oh, are you speaking, or some question like that. I don't know. And then I just asked him for a picture. And while I was going through my phone to get the camera, I asked him about the oh, that's what happened. So I walked up to him, shake his hand. I was like, there's a Bitcoin thing starting soon. Are you going to that? He's like, oh, what time is that? So that's when I pulled out my phone and I'm scrolling through, and I was like, oh yeah, it's this, da, 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 da. And he was just like, maybe, or like just a short answer. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, all right, you mind if I get a picture? And then I got my picture, and I was like, all right, well, good to meet you, man, and I'll see you around. So it's not like he like thought I was gonna be like globbing onto him in some weird way. Like I saw him, I passed. You're with my people. You're here with my group. That's another weird thing. He was just there by himself, for as far as I can see. But yeah, he was just like not there. He was on his phone the whole time. He just seemed bored, and it's like this is far from Florida. So it's like, what did you come here for? Weird. But that was the extent. And the It's Complicated channel just followed me on Instagram for whatever that's worth. But trying to think. Actually, there were two people. There were two people that came up to the Atheist for Liberty booth. That I got into some good conversations with, where because I'm not with I am a member of Atheist for Liberty, but like only informally am I here with Atheist for Liberty. So I'm here as the Indian Jesus, who happens to be a member of people who have a booth here. So I volunteered some of my time and did some just manning the booth, talking to people. Oh, what are you guys about? This, that, whatever. Shout out to Brad C. Welcome to the party. No, I did not get to see that, unfortunately. This always happens. Like whether it's Warped Tour or anything else, they always put all of the same stuff that I want to see all at the same time. So I had to make some choices. Unfortunately, I did not get to see that. You said my baby's chilling with me, watching you babbling at you like you're having a conversation. It's pretty adorable. What's her? What's her name? His name? Her name? Her name, right? What's her name? If you don't mind sharing. I don't know if you want to be weird about that. But thank you. Hi. Next, I've only been to Vegas once after I was old enough to gamble and drink. I was 21 and had a suite at the Venetian to myself, and I just kept wishing my girlfriend at the time was with me. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a place where if you're not super outgoing, you definitely got to come with people because there's so much that, again, if you are that kind of person, then you could just go out and there's people and you can find people you hang out with and they might do this and then whatever. But I'm not really that guy. We always joked with Akon that he was the opener and I was the closer. Like once we're in, I'm good, but I'm not good at just like opening a conversation. That being said, it did help me realize how much how comfortable I am speaking to women. Like I had this thought in my mind from the last few, romantic experiences that I had. A lot of it, over text and over this and that, and I didn't play it right. Um, but and so from that, and then COVID and everything, I forgot what it was like to just be out at the bars, be like, oh hey ladies, and then strike up a conversation. I'm like, yo, this pretty damn easy. Or I'm pretty damn good at this. Hey, we got Guam Tech. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Said hope all is okay. I'm late, but is this the extra time in Vegas or a problem or a happy accident? No. So this is the original extra time in Vegas that was a problem. What had happened was I went to the airport last night, and my flight's not until tonight. But they used the same flight number. So when I Googled the flight number, it said tonight at 10 p.m. So I'm like, all right, I gotta be there. And like I said, last night there was the big finale banquet of the whole festival. Everybody was there dancing, and I was just in my room, like barely functional, because I went to the airport at like 7 ish. So by the time I got back, it was only 8:30. Like the banquet started at 7, but I could have easily, 10-minute walk from my room. And again, I kept the room for an extra day on purpose. So this was the backup. So I used Plan B of needing the room today. That was not supposed to be needed. But yeah, it's just like, and I had I had miscounted the edibles in the package. So I even had that down to a science where I was like, okay, I bought, when I went to the dispensary, I got some sativa. Instead of getting the hybrid ones, they had a deal, 2 packs for 30, 50, whatever it was. So I got a pack of the indicas for when I was sleeping and a pack of the sativas. And so I had a few left, and I thought that I had saved 20 milligrams, 10 of each, to go to the airport. When I go, I'm leaving the hotel room and I eat them, and there's 3 more in there. I'm like, all right, word up. This is going to be an easier flight than I thought. Nope. Nope. So I had to go back to the hotel. Spent the night in the hotel, stoned out of my gourd. Then I was gonna maybe get up and do something today, but then of course because I don't have any more of the powder slash liquid kratom, then I had to stop and get another bottle of the pills. And the pills that I get from Yo Kratom, they're a certain size. So I have they're like, I don't know exactly how many milligrams in there, but I know that, like, okay, I'll take about 5 and that'll be good for so long. I bought another bottle and they were smaller capsules. So I'm like, ooh, and again, it doesn't say anywhere. This is just like, it's a supplement, so it's not like they don't have exact numbers. So I'm just like, we'll just take some until we feel good. And so I took a bunch last night to make sure I could fall asleep because I was saving I'm stretching out my Klonopin. Um, but when I woke up, I took some more, and it was too many. And so I just started puking as soon as I woke up. And it's like, come on, man. I didn't even go out. I didn't have fun, and I was still hungover. Still hungover. Who do we got there? We got Daniel Cabrera. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, all right. So I think I'm gonna stand here for another 30 minutes, and I need to charge my phone. Oh, that fucking thing. Yep, yep. I I'm I would love to be at a stage in my life where I don't need it anymore, but I'm not. I'm not. So we do what we got to do, and of course, here they don't have. It's of course you can get alcohol 5 steps. You can't go 5 steps without somewhere to buy alcohol. But you want some recreational weed? Oh, you got to Uber 10 minutes away. You want some kratom? Oh, you got to Uber 10 minutes, 15 minutes away. Like, come on, man. Like now I'm spending money on the stuff that I already have at home. But I'm also spending money to get there and to get back. But so at least I should have enough because I got the smallest thing of kratom because again I have my powder at home. I just need one day's worth. But again, not knowing what the so it was a smaller bottle, and he said 75 capsules. I was like, that looks rather small for 75, but it was only $30. So I was like, all right, I have them. And I think it'll be enough. I mean, the worst case is that by the time I get home, I'll need to immediately make another drink. But the game plan from here is so currently it is just after 5 o'clock local time. The flight is 9:05 local time. Flight is to get in 5 a.m. local time. So that's 5 Eastern. 5 Eastern. I should be touching down in JFK. And get an Uber back to my house, make another kratom drink, then get in my car, go down to my parents' house because again out of the Klonopin. So I needed my dad to pick up the Klonopin today, and he's gonna put that somewhere, and I'm gonna go grab that from his house. Then I got to go to Biff's house and get Morty, then go home and go the fuck to sleep. So that's why, like, I'm thinking I should be home before noon. So I think like if it's before noon, but again, yeah, then I'm gonna take a bunch of edible. There's no way I'm doing a full show tomorrow night. There's no way. But like I said, I might I'll try to hop on when I wake up. But because of the edibles, I don't know how waked up I'm gonna be until Tuesday morning. But I will make it up to you guys Tuesday. We will have a full show Tuesday, full show Wednesday. We'll be back on schedule, and that's what we do. So you get drunk, you get brave, but you get high, you get paranoid. I mean, it's not really that. It was just like, so again, remember, I knew that getting to sleep might have been an issue. So if I had gone to the banquet, then I likely would have drank more. But I was already, I don't know if that would have been a good thing. So I mean, again, I ended up hungover and throwing up this morning anyway. So I should have just gone and made use of the time. But it is what it is. Drunks gamble more. Exactly. Yep, that's what I don't need. That is not what I need. So I think I don't know if I'll be back to Freedom Fest specifically. I think I think the smaller festival or the smaller conventions are more where I'm at. A lot of the speakers, even at a huge convention like this, or here's actually, so let me get this, and then I'll dive into the speakers. If I forget what I was about to talk about, the speakers and panels, like something about the speakers and panels. Hey, shout out to Cup. Said, how do you add inches to a tiny cock? You do that. You look at some boobies. Welcome to the party, which I did at the strip club 2 nights ago. Contact. So the one time I went to Vegas, my aunt and uncle took me to the strip on my last day for the Vegas experience. I honestly hated the vibe. Families walking around like it's Disney World at 11 p.m. with strip shows being advertised on the big screens. No thanks. I did win $300 on the slots on my third try. After finding a 4-leaf clover, I left Ohio. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's so. I was going on the notion of the speakers, but we'll grab this here. Nick said potheads get cheap because we need the money for our munchies. Facts. I also yelled at a street preacher. It was something along the lines of nobody comes to Vegas to be saved. I mean, facts. But if I may play devil's advocate for that dude, all the people that quote unquote need to be saved are eventually in Vegas. That's a Richard Hardy. That Luke was mad that you stole his thunder with the ladies. Maybe. Honestly, that might really be a thing because he was kind of hanging out there. But we were shout out to Thomas Sheedy just sent me. It's not Sunday, right? Oh yeah, they're doing a fucking thing. Yeah, I'm not doing that. The night before we were in Tom's room and she was there, and so we were talking and whatever, and I was hitting on her and I was laying it on and whatever. But before she then left, and Tom was like, "Bro, it came up. I didn't realize, but she's engaged." And so by the time I was talking to her, I wasn't even like hitting on her like that. I was just talking because we were all. It was 4 or 5 of us in a group, and so and I mean, no offense to anybody, but she was a little bit more interesting than some of the other people in the group. And so a lot of the conversation was between her and I. But it's not like I was blocking him out. It's not like I wasn't trying to bring him into the conversation. It's not like I wasn't letting him, we're talking about Lou. It's not like I wasn't letting her talk or letting him talk to her or whatever. I wasn't doing anything. But maybe that's just how he is. I mean, that's totally fine. The one thing I've learned is that just because I'm here, and Nick, you were just reminding me of this. I'm here stressing about like, oh, what am I do? I owe you guys a show on Monday. I owe you guys a show on Monday. I've been away and da 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 da. When it's like I need to get that sleep. I need to get home. And like I've been even with it's a good thing I'm not completely out of Klonopin because I've been just pulling my hair out. And so once I get there, it's going to be such a weight off my shoulders, and there's no way I'm getting out of bed less than 12 hours after I get in. Where did that come from? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, about Luke. So like, I get it. Like, if you guys are trying to hit me up while while I'm in between flights, or when I get home and I haven't woke up yet, or it's tomorrow night, and you want to have a long direct conversation with me, maybe I'll be into it if I have the time and the energy, but maybe not. Like, it just so happens that I met him at one specific point in time. I don't know. Marcus from Discord did say that he has heard that about Luke, but even so, that's fair. He doesn't owe me anything more than the content that he already provides. It would be nice for him to be kind, especially since you're out at a festival. You know, but it's definitely, I've seen the other side of it, and being like, people are expecting you to like answer them directly, or I mean, you guys have seen it in the chat here also, where like I pull up most of your chats because I want to talk to you. I want to hear most of your chat. Nobody's entitled to have their chat pulled up, but somebody will come in and start talking bullshit, and then I'll engage them, and then I'll leave it, and they'll get all entitled, like, oh, you're not going to answer me anymore. No, as you can see. Um, so fair enough. If that's who he is, that doesn't make me like his opinions any less. That's totally fair. And then maybe it was just a bad night, and he wasn't feeling it. But it was cool to meet him. It definitely was cool to meet him. And I thought he would be taller. Like, he's significantly taller than me, but I did think he would be taller. And it's funny because like all of the AFL dudes, the Atheists for Liberty dudes, are tall except me and one other dude who's normal height. Like Thomas is over 6 feet. Royling is gotta be right around 6 feet. And I obviously, like, when you're a kid, you make the obvious assumption that, oh, if somebody's bigger than you, then they're older than you. And I don't know. There's something about the way that Gen Z ages where that's just it seemed like that for a while, where there'd be people who were younger and they were taller, but you could tell that they were baby faced. Now that they're hitting that adult face age, I can't tell the difference. And I'll look up at somebody who's 6 feet tall, who's 12 years younger than me, and have no idea, and be like, wait, you're 22? What the fuck? But yeah, I'm the old dude. I'm the old short dude. Guantac, so I'm glad to know you're at least stuck in the best situation possible. You're hanging with the fam for the rest of the night. Be safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. give my greetings to family. Sorry, I'm out of it. Yeah, yeah. I think he's 24 or 26. It's like, damn, you're like when I was 24, I was not the president of a legitimate organization. So that's pretty legit. And usually when not maybe not usually, but often when you have younger people who get into activism, political or otherwise, not maybe not okay, activism is the wrong word, but just people who are like the people who get a jump start on life, not in the way that somebody like me, where I was I was born into a nice family, but I mean they started paying attention to their own adult life early on in their adult life, or even before that when they were still teenagers and whatever. The people who either went directly from high school into a trade that they liked, or somebody who went to college for the thing that they actually wanted to study and got a job after 4 years and did that. The people that make the rest of us be like, damn, am I wasting my life away? I'm not famous and rich by 30. Those people. Apparently he's one of those. But usually they're a little nerdy. And he's not. He's cool. So big respect. They're actually doing a thing in their Discord server right now, but I don't feel like conversing with people. Like I can sit here and just kind of ramble, but as you can tell, I'm not at the top of my game. I'm in a bad mood. Yeah, so did I. I thought he would be when I looked at like the moment when I looked at him and I saw the Atheists for Liberty pin. I was like, oh, that's probably Tom. He looks probably 26, 28 or 28-ish. But nope, nope. I'm not in a bad way. Again, not saying, oh, you look old. Like, but thank you, Zippy. So thank you again, everybody. Put a big Zippy in the chat. Thank you so much for sponsoring this stream. It is very, very much needed and very greatly appreciated. You have a good one. Guys, you can do me a huge favor real quick, and there is the 3 dots right up here, or if you just long press on your screen and hit the like button, that would brighten my day. 1 like equals 1 Lutch. Please get home safe. That is all that I ask of you. That is all that I ask of you. So, all right, it's 5:13 and we're charging up to 92%. So I'll let it max out and get on about it. Yeah. Head to the airport. Guys, where Amber and Marcus? Like, yo, I'm like getting your notifications while I'm right here. Fucking come watch me. Come watch me. It's not even a normal show. Like I'm stuck. Whatever. What else? What else? So the first night I was tired, but I knew that I had to do something. I wasn't gonna come straight into Vegas and then just take an easy night. So the first night, again, I had an overnight flight. So I left my house 4 a.m. on Tuesday night. Right? Yeah, I left my house on technically Wednesday morning. But Tuesday night, 4 a.m., left my house. Hadn't slept at all. I slept early in the day, but I was up for Monday night. I woke up and then straight through 4 a.m. go to the airport. Then the flight was like 2 something. Then landed around noon local time, Vegas time, and checked in, and then went straight to the convention and was there. And we then after the convention we went out drinking, partying a little bit, and that was fun. Then I went back and Thursday I didn't spend too much time at the convention. Again, a little hungover, but I made it there later. And then a bunch of us went to dinner. Then we were at that party that I was talking about. And after that, me and a friend went to the strip club, and I didn't realize we were gonna be there until 5 a.m. Like, remember, I'm used to East Coast time. It was 5 a.m. Vegas time before we left. and they really do a good job of making the time just go. So my flight is 9:30, or excuse me, 9 o'clock. So I'm only 10 minutes from the airport. So it is now 5:16. Whichever comes first, 5:30 or my phone being charged. Head over to the airport, fly out, go home, make some kratom, go get my Klonopin, go get Morty, go home, go to sleep. That is the game plan. Shout out to the Irish. I'm sorry, I can't read today. The Irish nationalist. Welcome. So I can bench 500 kilograms, and I'm 2 years old. I'm 2'5" and weigh 25 kilograms. That good? I don't know. I'm American, so come back to me with pounds, and we'll figure it out. Shout out to Lawn Cutter. Welcome. Said you trying to be my boy Sneaky Link? For what? What? What are we talking about? Yeah, you're very welcome. And so even though whenever it was the other day that I started to play whatever video that was, because it was all choppy, like there's no sense in me making sure that I got a good looking video just to share it and it be choppy. So we'll do that. We'll do that when I'm home. And then likely, yeah. So I could probably I'll do that. But yeah, the I'm glad I was able to do RFK live. It was again, I haven't heard them back yet, so I don't know how well you could hear them. But that'll be Tuesday's show. We'll go through between we'll share some of those videos, and then of course we got to talk about Trump. We got to talk about Trump. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. Like, there's a lot of people speculating about conspiracies and stuff, and which you have to. I mean, it literally is a conspiracy. Uh, but there was one person talking about how like the barn that the shooter's on, it was the only place in in the area where you would have been able to um to get a shot off. Then I saw another TikTok where there was a guy. It was a video from the guy who was in the crowd, and I don't know if it was the fact that the sounds or whatever, but you can hear him saying, "There's a guy. That guy is a guy. Whatever." And then he pans the camera, and you can see a Secret Service agents pointing snipers in that direction. So I really don't know what's going on, but either way, though, the mainstream media definitely cannot play the whole "oh well." It's just we were so close. They cannot play that thing that line. So I am open to the notion that there's some planning from people who want Trump. Whether Trump himself is involved or not, again, who knows? This is why somebody's like, "Are you gonna go? Are you gonna hop on stream to talk about it?" It's like, "I'd say what, dude? Hey guys, this has happened. I don't have any more information than you do, but hit the like button." Like, what? I ain't doing that shit. But yeah, I mean, not since Reagan, and a lot of people are saying that it's for a good reason. That ever since Reagan, they really upped the security, and that's why there hasn't been an attempt. And if you look at that situation, but I mean, at the end of the day, Occam's razor and Hamlin's razor tells us that just slip through the cracks. Just slip through the cracks. There's questions to be answered for sure. There's questions to be answered, and I don't know if we're gonna get them. I don't know if we're gonna get them, but we will see. We will see. Hopefully, there'll be more information. I saw that Harry Sisson, who, if you'll remember last week, was like, "We can get SEAL Team 6 to take this guy out." Had a video about, "Oh well, President Biden did the right thing and called Donald Trump." Like, wow, like we should all be. Come on, So last night, Libers was saying some crazy stuff, like it's all fake, that kind of shit. I mean, hey, don't be them. We were we were the ones crying about conspiracy this, conspiracy that for years. And they were like, oh no. So hey, believe nothing except that anything is possible. Believe nothing except that anything is possible. All right. So with that, guys, I gotta head to the airport, and hopefully they let me check in this time. And I'm really hoping this just goes smoothly. I'm so ready to be home in my bed, and like the at this point, the most annoying thing is that with this extra day, all I did was sit in the room and watch The Office, and so I have only the last 4 episodes left, and that means that when I'm home, I either need to fall asleep within those 4 episodes or figure out something else to watch. Now, I think I'm just going to throw on How I Met Your Mother, but at this point, that is the number one issue. So if that can be the worst thing that happens today, then I will thank my lucky stars. So I don't know if you believe prayer works. I mean this would be the situation. I don't. So positive thoughts definitely do work. But knock on some wood for me. Do whatever it is. If there's anything out there that will help, despite not being in a bad position at all, I am a cranky person who would like to be in bed. So thank you. Yeah, but again, like I said, we don't know, man. Is it? I'll say this: would it be unreasonable? Would it be unreasonable to think that a crazy like a rhino Republican, would want to take out Trump? That's a possibility. For, for the lefty, it was fake theory to even work. It would have to require the DNC to want Trump as president. That's not because well, that's what we have to get into is that there's layers of conspiracy. I agree with you, but that doesn't mean that one lone man with a gun just climbed up on a thing and shot the dude. It doesn't mean that Secret Service. Oh well, they usually check that stuff. Like, people. The Secret Service is still just people. You know, and I don't know. I'm not saying this is or isn't what happened. I'm saying it is a possibility that there was no government entity involved in this, yet it was still a conspiracy. So we will see. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys, and helping me kill some time. And not, I'm so ready to be home, and hopefully that is when I will be talking to you again. Until next time, guys. I've been your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus. Here, resurrect the second coming of common sense. I am out.